from the John Smith Fieldhouse tonight where the Millwood Falcons fall.
A local broadcast of a high school basketball game was interrupted after reports of a firearm and shots being fired 2 times were heard on the feed. Announcers duck under the desk. Attendees run for cover. It was scary scenes that this country has become accustomed to, knowing no matter where you are, this is an event that can happen at any time. In Texas, we also presented the story of Aqib Talib and his brother Jakob coaching a youth football team in Lancaster, Texas. A disagreement between coaches led to Jakob being arrested on the charge of shooting and taking the life of DEA Dragons coach Mike Hickman at the University of Virginia. 3 football players were killed by a former member of the team. We can continue to pull all these stats to educate the masses watching our content. How 41,000 Americans die from gun violence every single year, roughly 110 people per day, with no end in sight. We can show you all the top 10 civilian gun-owning countries with, of course, the United States of America topping the list, because this is just what we do via the enablement of lawmakers. The data would also display the states with the tightest gun laws see far lower death rates. And yet here we are once again, having to talk about gun violence yet again, affecting another sporting event again. After the completion of the boys' basketball game against Millwood High School in Del City, which is in the state of Oklahoma, a fight occurred and gunshots were fired inside the field house, Del City High School principal Steve Gilliland said on the school's website. The Del City Police Department is on site and investigating. There was at least over 500 people there, maybe a bit more, said Del City Police Captain Brad Cowden. The game had just concluded when the incident occurred. At the time of this taping, police said they arrested an 18-year-old in connection with the shooting Tuesday night regarding the basketball game. Now, let me conclude with this, as I have done many times over, as we have covered this, unfortunately, too many times. Here's my only question, and it's not for those who I know see this. It's for those who don't. When is enough enough? How many more instances like this have to occur to realize no one is safe anywhere, ever? No matter where you go. I have talked about it many times on this medium that when I and many others go into grocery stores or malls or a place of worship, going to any store whatsoever, you plan your exit. Europeans, Canadians are shocked to learn this when they do, but it's the reality for many of us. I have to ask, how many more children must be scarred because of instances like this? How many more people have to suffer from PTSD because they saw this firsthand? Nowhere is safe, guys. I am curious, like, what is your bar, right? Like, when do we get to that threshold where a person who is anti-changing these laws says, you know what, enough is enough? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments.